In the vast expanse of life, where destinies weave like threads in an unseen tapestry, there are moments when two souls, drawn by an inexplicable force, find themselves irresistibly pulled toward one another. This is the story of Alex and Jordan, two strangers whose paths crossed on a rainy afternoon, igniting a connection that neither could fully comprehend, a bond that whispered of something ancient, something eternal. Their meeting was not just chance. It was as if the universe had conspired to bring them together, their souls recognizing each other in a fleeting glance. In that moment, time seemed to pause, and the world faded, leaving only the quiet hum of a connection that defied explanation. What follows is their journey to understand this pull, a journey of heart and soul. The coffee shop was Alex's sanctuary, a quiet corner where he could escape the city's chaos and lose himself in his writing. On this rainy afternoon, he sat by the window, his notebook open, the patter of raindrops a soothing backdrop to his thoughts. Then the door swung open, and Jordan stepped in, shaking rain from her coat, her eyes scanning the room. Their gazes met, and Alex felt a sudden tug at his heart, as if an invisible thread had snapped into place. Jordan, an artist with a soul as vibrant as her paintings, felt it too, a warmth, a flicker of recognition, as if she had known him in another life. "Is this seat taken?" she asked, her voice soft but steady, cutting through the hum of the café. "No, please sit," Alex replied, his heart racing for reasons he couldn't name. They smiled, and in that moment, something unspoken passed between them, a spark that neither could ignore. As Jordan settled into the chair, she couldn't shake the feeling that Alex was familiar, though she was certain they'd never met. Alex, too, felt an ease in her presence, as if she were a missing piece of a puzzle he hadn't known he was solving. "I'm Jordan," she said, extending a hand stained with faint traces of paint. "Alex," he replied, shaking it, noting the warmth of her touch. They began to talk, and the conversation flowed effortlessly, moving from the weather to their passions, art for her, writing for him. They discovered shared loves, old books, quiet walks, the way a sunset could feel, like a promise. "Have you ever felt like you've met someone before, even though you know you haven't?" Jordan asked, her eyes searching his. "Yes," Alex admitted, "right now." They laughed, but the truth hung in the air, heavy with possibility. Hours passed unnoticed as the coffee shop emptied, but Alex and Jordan remained, lost in their exchange. They shared stories of their pasts, moments of joy, scars of loss, finding comfort in their vulnerability. There was a safety in their connection, a sense that they could bare their souls without fear. Yet, beneath this ease, a question lingered. Why did they feel so drawn to each other? Why did their words feel like echoes of a conversation started long ago? The rain outside slowed to a drizzle, but neither noticed, too absorbed in the moment. Their laughter filled the space, their silences comfortable, as if their souls were communicating in ways their minds couldn't grasp. It was a connection that felt both new and ancient, a paradox they couldn't unravel. When they finally parted, exchanging numbers with promises to meet again, Alex walked home under a starlit sky, his mind buzzing with thoughts of Jordan. He couldn't shake the feeling that their meeting was more than chance. It was destiny, a pull that defied logic. Jordan, lying awake that night, replayed their conversation, her heart aching with a longing she couldn't explain. She thought of his eyes, how they seemed to see into her soul, and his words, which resonated like a song she'd always known. What was this force that bound them? Why did it feel so right, so inevitable? As the stars twinkled above, both felt the same quiet certainty. Their paths had crossed for a reason, even if that reason remained a mystery. Over the next few weeks, Alex and Jordan met whenever they could, exploring the city together, sharing meals, and losing themselves in each other's company. Each meeting deepened their bond, but also their curiosity about its nature. One evening, as they walked along a quiet riverbank, Jordan turned to Alex. "Do you believe in soulmates?" she asked, her voice tinged with hope. Alex paused, then smiled. "I used to think it was just a romantic idea, but now, with you, I'm starting to wonder." Jordan nodded, her eyes bright. "It's like our souls recognize each other, even if our minds don't understand why." They stood in silence, the river's gentle flow mirroring the steady pull between them, a force as natural as the tide. Curious about their connection, they delved into books and articles, discovering concepts like twin flames and karmic bonds, souls destined to meet across lifetimes to learn and grow. These ideas resonated, offering a framework for what they felt, though no words could fully capture it. They read about soul ties, connections marked by unconditional love and understanding, very well-mined. While they couldn't prove their bond, fit these definitions, they knew it was real, a force that transformed them. Their conversations grew deeper, their trust stronger, as they embraced the mystery of their connection, finding joy in its unexplainable beauty. As their relationship deepened, challenges emerged, fears of vulnerability, doubts about the future, and the weight of external expectations. There were moments when Alex wondered if he was losing himself in the intensity of their bond, and Jordan questioned whether such a connection could last. Yet the pull between them remained, a constant reminder that they were meant to be together. They learned to navigate these doubts, finding strength in their shared understanding. When two souls are meant to connect, location, timing, and circumstances are all irrelevant. Jordan read aloud from an article one day, Medium, and they both nodded, feeling the truth of those words. One evening, as they sat on a park bench watching the sunset, Alex took Jordan's hand. "I don't know what tomorrow holds," he said softly, "but I want you in it." Jordan squeezed his hand, her eyes reflecting the golden light. "Me too. Whatever this is, I'm grateful for it." They sat in silence, the world fading. As they basked in the warmth of their connection, it was a moment of clarity, a realization that their bond was a gift, not a puzzle to be solved. They understood that some connections are meant to be felt, not explained, and in that understanding they found peace, love panky. As seasons changed, Alex and Jordan's bond grew stronger, weathering storms and emerging closer each time. They no longer sought to define their connection, content to let it unfold naturally. They shared dreams, laughed through challenges, and found joy in the simple act of being together. Their souls, once strangers, now moved in harmony, like stars orbiting in a shared constellation. They knew that whatever lay ahead, they would face it together, guided by the pull that had brought them to this moment. It was a bond that transcended time, a promise written in the language of the soul. In the end, Alex and Jordan came to see that some forces in life are beyond comprehension, mysteries meant to be felt, not solved. Their souls had found each Other, across the chaos of the world, drawn by a pull as ancient as the stars. They didn't need to understand why, they only needed to trust in it. In that trust, they found not just love, but purpose, peace, and a promise that their journey together was just beginning. Their story is a reminder that when two souls are meant to connect, the universe finds a way, weaving their paths together in a dance of destiny.